talking about all things related to the COVID vaccine passport, especially the QR codes and these apps. What is the security around these things? And when you upload your personal information, is someone recording it? Is someone surveilling you? Michelle, we've had you on before, and you kind of raised the alarm, especially for these third-party apps that want you to upload your personal information. What are some of the concerns with doing that, with uploading your personal health card information, your name, your full legal name, that sort of thing?
Well, like everything, it's the collection. So going back to the guidance that the Ontario government gave was that you're not to collect it. But with a third-party app, like when I did ring the alarm bells, is that what are they doing with that? Where are they storing it? Are they even following proper privacy protocols and requirements within Canada? And at the end of the day, likely not, because who's monitoring them? What's the consequence for them? And why are they even collecting it in the first place? Because they want the data. And data is gold right now, and everybody knows that. And so going back to Dr. Cavoukian's point about the geolocation, it is a problem, because then when you have people using different services, which Apple's getting a little better about it, but when they use different services or they go to different places, you can be tracked. And then putting your ID out there, and even though, I just asked the question, if they just show it and they're not collecting it, but who's to say someone's not taking a picture, or somebody else in the background is doing something else? Because as I mentioned in a previous segment, your health card number is worth thousands of dollars on the deep dark web, thousands and thousands of dollars, and your full name is worth thousands of dollars. And so at the end of the day, putting it out there and somebody knowing that a hostess at a restaurant will keep asking this, they can just sit there all day with their camera and just click, 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 click. And restaurants and people who work there, they're not thinking about these things. It's not part of their mandate or protocol. And the guidance that was provided by the government and provided by Health Ontario, that guidance mentioned nothing about when you ask for this information. So why they tell them you can't collect it, they're not telling them what they should do to protect it. Because even when you're showing it, somebody could be sitting there and monitoring it the entire time.
Well, you've raised a very good point, and I think, I don't want our viewers thinking we're being alarmist. Let's be very clear. Some of these apps have already been hacked. I could say the Canadian vaccine app Port Pass, it was a few months ago or several weeks ago, it stopped registering new users and ordered 2 security audits after allegations were made that the public were able to see personal data of users online, including their ID. Saskatchewan had issues. QR codes were temporarily removed after another privacy breach. One person's data was shared with the QR codes of 3 other people. There are glitches here. And I don't know if they're permanently able to be resolved. So this is a real thing, and I think our viewers need to be aware that this isn't alarmism. It's a real concern.
It is very real, and Michelle nailed it. She gave so many examples, and you referred to it. And there are data breaches, things that happen all the time. Newfoundland and Labrador, just last week, huge, massive data breach. Hundreds of thousands of individuals' health information was accessed. So don't think that information is safe online. It's not. It requires the strongest protection, which is often lacking. And that's why it's best not to reveal any of this information. That's why requiring a vaccine passport is just, to me, it's absurd. It will not eliminate this problem, but it will put your privacy at great risk.
We're opening Pandora's box, it sounds like. Now, what about if you have to just show a physical paper document, Dr. Ann? Is that okay? Is that a better way to go? I mean, obviously someone behind the counter could still take a snapshot of it without you maybe even seeing, but that to me seems a little bit more secure than uploading it to an app.
It may perhaps be, but it's not okay, because someone created that print. You printed it from somewhere. Someone created the information that you have on your paper. So it resides somewhere. So the risk continues. We just have to eliminate the concept of vaccine passports and forcing people to engage in this kind of behavior. We need to preserve our privacy at all costs. And we have to understand that this has to continue, not just now, but well into the future. We need systems to ensure that will take place, and they're lacking right now.
But let me ask you a question. For those who have gotten the vaccine, isn't their information already sitting in a data bank somewhere with Health Ontario, for example, Ontario Health or Alberta Health Services? So isn't
Yes.
that information already there? Like we
It
use
is already there. But the point is, with vaccine passports, you're traveling all over the place. You're going to restaurants, you're going to concerts, you're going to different places, and you're providing this information. So it's not just the Ministry of Health that has your information. And let's just presume that they have some security measures there. You are being required to communicate this information widely wherever you travel.
Wow.